oh, you've done skull crushers for heavy 45 years, your elbows must hurt. No. If you jump on cardio after a workout and keep your heart rate at a nice, decent level for what your age and what your weight is, and what do I think about doing in the gym and swimming? So I swim a lot. Go for it.
Especially because you just talked
How
about
do you not have elbow pain doing skull
So the
crushers?
question here is, how do I not, after training heavy for 45 years, not have elbow pain doing skull crushers? And I understand that, and a majority of people say this, elites, the greatest in the industry, say that a lot of them don't do skull crushers after about 35 because their elbows hurt. Remember again that my principles of lifting is much different than anybody that's done this before, is that I work with the connective tissue and the bone density prior to just the muscle. Muscle is always going to grow if you're exercising and feeding it right and recovering. So if that's taken care of in that situation, the more important stuff is so you don't have bad elbows, so you don't have bad shoulders, so you have range of motion. These are the key points that I'm going to be more focused on, because I don't want you to, again, can somebody get anybody in shape for one day? Sure they can. Can you keep them in shape for a lifetime and keep them healthy? These are things that most of you don't think about. Most of you think about mostly in your 20s because you have no injuries or always, I hope. But you don't think about that as you get going and age, things happen and deterioration happens. And so how do you stay healthy? Strengthening the body. And that was one of the big things I just talked about a second ago, where other people are putting out information going, stay away from that. Your body adapts to the pressure it's put under. So the stronger you can be, the better it is for you over a long time.
Repeat that.
The stronger you can be, the better it is over a long period of time. And your body will get stronger and stronger and stronger. So when you think that, oh, you've done skull crushers for heavy 45 years, your elbows must hurt. No. That's where weightlifting is a blessing. That's where weightlifting is incredible, that it's made my elbows so strong, like titanium rails and posts, that they don't hurt. And I can still do 225, if not much more, skull crushers today when I could do it over 30 years ago. So that's what I think a majority of society is missing. And they're just completely bypassing that. Oh, you mean I can do this correctly for a long period of time and get stronger and better and healthy, instead of deteriorate the body away. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys.
Great question. I don't think I've ever seen anyone work out like you. It's really such an amazing experience to work out with you. Even myself and everybody else around you here that joins us for the workouts. We always learn something from you. Always.
I think we're learning that from you too now. In the last almost 10 years now, you've been lifting extremely heavy, heavier than you've ever lifted before, and less than you've lifted before. And you're in better shape now when you won the universe.
You changed my mindset when it came to lifting. I competed, and I feel now that, yeah, my body responded. I was overtraining, but not only that, but I was just going through my workouts. You know, just get to the gym, go through it. And that's what people, I'm going to the gym, I get a pump, I feel good, I walk out. Well, I've learned that that's not really how it should be done. Yeah, it's great, you get a pump, right? And anybody could go in the gym and superset and go crazy and boom, walk out. Yeah, the matter of fact is that the way you taught all of us, including me, to work out is like mind to muscle connection. Hey, squatting the other day, I go in, I take the bar, you're like, no, you're going too fast through the exercise. Flex through it, go down and explode up. Like everything is just so different. And I really love that. I enjoyed over the years to learn from deadlifts, you know, especially the compound movements, which I like to lift heavy, my deadlifts, my squats, and even, you know, bench press. You know, the reverse grip.
I think you're doing more reverse than anything else.
Yeah,
which is great.
I love it. You know. Hey, Mike, if I weight training, then do 20 minutes of the stepper, if I keep my heart rate from 125 to 135, that burn belly fat, I'm eating hip. I don't know. Exercise helps with stress. Okay.
So some of the questions were, if you jump on cardio after a workout and keep your heart rate at a nice, decent level for what your age and what your weight is, and just basically what you've prior done. If you can keep it there in a nice little range, will you burn belly fat? Well, I mean, you're burning fat. If belly fat is your main source, that might definitely is going to go, but it also might be your trouble problem, your spot of annoyance, and that might be the last to go. So that being said, yeah, it's definitely jump on cardio and do it after the workout. But unfortunately, as simple as that said, it doesn't work that way, because let's say hypothetically you jump on there January 1st and you do that all the way until December. Same kind of principles. Your body after a short period of time will adapt to that, and your benefits have minimized. So it doesn't work the same. And that's why I always tell people, when you go off season, try to pull off the cardio, try to feed your body again, try to make it healthier, so your metabolism is what's burning the calories instead of your exercise. I don't know if you guys realize that there's parts of the year where you want to allow the body to utilize the calories instead of you always exercising them off.
Yeah, but when you go off
season, I don't know, this is much deeper.
Yeah, and feed your body, that doesn't mean you go off season and start eating pancakes.
No, I mean, you guys know that we're always talking nutrition, the right nutrition plan at that time. Yeah, so. Main thing though is, if you're always doing cardio and you're always doing the same kind of workouts and the supersets, you're just spinning your body out of control. You're not recovering, and your body adapts to it, and your benefits minimize. And that's a bad part. There's no such thing as fasted cardio.
Here's one. This is for me. Yo, guys think Botox is healthy? Some of my friends get it, and I was just curious. Yes. Why? I don't see why Botox is not healthy. It's very healthy. I get Botox.
Let's see what else. Hello, Greece is in the house. What do we got here?
Can you measure the current size of your biceps right now?
How about this one? What is your opinion about doing the gym and swimming?
Here's the question is, what do I think about doing the gym and swimming? So I swim a lot, but I do it more for range of motion. There's no compression to the body. You're not beating down the body as much. Swimming like I swim. I don't know how much of an intense swimmer you are. I don't do it for cardiovascular. I do it for more range of motion and stretching. But I like both. I just, again, the questions you're asking, like when this person over here says, can you do cardio? Sure, you can do cardio, but the nutrition still has to be right. Your training still has to be right. So there's so many more factors to it. They're very simple factors, but I think, again, society bypasses most of that stuff, and they just think, if I train and do cardio, I'm doing good. If I eat healthy, then I'll get in shape. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. That's healthy, and you may be healthy, especially if you check in the blood and the blood comes back that you are healthy. But again, that's not going to change the body. Changing the body is actually, it's a pretty cool little give and take, I guess you would say. You have to be able to give it a little bit and force it so it trusts you, and then you got to pull back and go back and forth with. So it's a little bit of a fight with your body, because your body will adapt to a lot. But again, at the end of the day, it's fun, and it's fun for me to always be in that trying to get better stage. But then at times you got to pull back and let the body recover, metabolism function at 100%, and stop exercising everything away. Let your body function.
Mike's metabolism is picking up. I can literally feel my body functioning better. I'm constantly hungry now and craving the Titan meals.
So now this is great. So somebody just said here, he's feeling his metabolism moving better. Now, this is how you'll discover that it is. You set up nutrition, and for a period of time, it's sluggish.
It is.
Does that mean the nutrition is wrong?
No, that means the body's not working correctly.
Could mean the body's not working correctly.
To utilize the nutrition. So you got to push through it and get that body moving. And how do you know that your metabolism is working?
Well, I think for him or for myself is when I set up that nutrition plan, like I need this many protein, I need the carbs, I need the fats. And I go, this is where my body should function at. should. Maybe it doesn't right now, but it should function this calorie intake. And then what I'll do is I'll start on that nutrition, and I understand that the body maybe at a time will say, hey, that's too much. I don't want that. And it's because I was dieting so hard before that. And so now it's going to rebound against me. And so I sit in that process and I continue to work out and I continue to feed that same symptom, that proteins, the carbs and fats and the calories I was doing. And with a period of time, you'll start to notice cool things. So within time, that body starts functioning correctly. It starts picking up on the calories. It starts waking up in the morning hungry. That's a really good sign that your body now is speeding up and utilizing those calories, especially if you're not training ballistic, if you're not doing tons of cardio. I mean, that for me is a great understanding when I'm off season, that now I can start cutting. Now my body will work with me, and that's a great sign. So nice job to this gentleman here that's doing that and really changing his body to the better.
Someone said, how come they never see your warm-up routine?
They have seen my warm-up routine, but they just don't believe it. That's the problem.
100%.
Because you didn't just warm up, go in there, take the little weights and do your shoulder warm-ups and take the bar and pump it. No.
They've all seen me do warm-ups, and they all understand that I warm up differently than everybody else.
I don't think he understands it, the guy that asked.
Yeah, you can watch me with Brian Shaw or any of the strongmen. We really go into depth. And the reason why we go into depth with the strongmen is because one of the things that a strongman has to do, or a power lifter has to do, is he has to be so strong at the end of his warm-up. He can't be fatigued. Okay? And so the way we warm up and the way I've done this, it's not only allowed me to be extremely strong for 45 years, but also it has allowed me to save my joints and ligaments. That's the greatest thing about this, is that you guys have probably, I've trained for 45 years, and there's a lot of you who probably trained a lot longer than I have, just because of the time in the gym, the rep ranges that you guys have done. That's another reason why I've been able to do this and be healthy doing this, is you got to be smart about some of this stuff. And warm-ups is one of those things that you don't think about, is a very much, good English, is a very big key to deterioration and just overuse. The guys that go in there and go, I do 100 reps of whatever before I even start working out. It's like, great for you. Good job. Keep that up for the next 30 years.
Mona, Mike, as parents, what would be the ideal age to start training the kids? I'm a parent of 2, a boy 10 years old and a girl that is 8.
Well, Titan is already doing, he's been swimming since he was 3 months old. He's been in jiu-jitsu since last year now. He just turned 3. Yeah, he's a big kid. So, but any activity like that, I will start them early. Now, when it comes to
10 and what?
8.
Yeah.
And 2, I think. 2, 10.
Not 10 and 8. So this is, I started training really hard at 9 years old. I was messing around at 8 years old. So that was a great age for me. One thing I would take into consideration is it's actually more important on the nutrition aspect right now at that age. And it really is all the way up through that puberty stage for kids.
I was talking about this yesterday on the live on Facebook, saying that a lot of parents think that if you start the kids weight training around 9, 10 years old, it stops their growth.
No, that was an old fad. They already proved that's not. They already proved that's not true.
Yeah, well, obviously they think that that's true. Many of them. So I was talking about it because somebody asked, and I was saying that nutrition is probably what you have to concentrate on, and feed your kid the right amount of food, the right amount of nutrition that he needs so he could grow.
Stay with the stuff that they can actually stimulate the muscle growth with the swimming, grappling, stuff like that. Especially the girl, I'd make sure she's in grappling. Just in the world we live in today, I think just having a girl that knows jiu-jitsu or wrestling is a huge benefit. And also it just builds the muscle. And again, we know this, as kids, it also gives that self-esteem and confidence that they need, and that will help later on in life.
Oh, yeah.
Again, it's better to be a warrior in a garden instead of a gardener in a war. So have them be savages, but controlled is the best way to go. With weightlifting itself, I would just keep them off some of the compound movements and keep them on secondary movements, moving through, making sure that they're using light weights enough to just stimulate the muscle at this point. Also, interesting enough, I did a lot of flexing as a kid to help the mind and muscle connection. So I would also prep them. So like in judo, one of the main things in judo is just learning to fall. So judo is a lot about using the other person's weight against them.